Hello everyone, my name is Flashstep from Blight Gaming. Recently I had someone suggest or want to see more like a commentary on like pro matches. So here we are. This match, Team Liquid versus NRG, is pretty close. It's like a 16-13 scoreline of some kind. And we're going to be watching Elige because he actually does pretty well on both halves statistically. We're going to kind of go through his decision making, see his play-by-play, see what he does. I'm trying to give you a little bit of an insight of like what he's trying to do and how you should be doing it, because one of the hardest things about Counter-Strike, in my opinion, is the play-by-play decision making, which comes over the course of multiple years or just consistent hours of playing. So we're going to be looking at his T side on Mirage here. I hope you enjoy it. Pause right now. Let's get started. And also times where he's not having like to make an individual type of decision. I'll talk about the strat itself. So it looks like we actually run a similar strat. Right, there's not much to say right there. That's just like him getting peeked on push. If anything, it's cool that the CTs decided to push middle, get intel instead of just sitting back waiting for them to make a play on them. That's good shots by Fugly too. Like as a CT team, there's always like two decisions that you have to make whenever you have a setup. Is it going to be aggressive, or is it just going to be passive, take your like long distance shots? And it looks like they want to take aggression middle and look for like what they're doing. The T's kind of wanted to like fake out A, and then maybe it's like they're going to go silent and they're going to wrap on A, or the player's going to go up B to cat, but they didn't get a chance because the CT players just snap pushed up and killed them. Not much to say on it other than the CTs just had an aggressive push that worked for them. And in this situation, the thing about Mirage on Ecos, like there aren't very many spots you can actually go that are gonna like get you anywhere into the round other than a plant. Like you can funnel out of A to usually get a plant if you have the right smoke and 2 flashes, but you're only getting a plant. So if you're going for like the round win, your only real good bets are like, you know, coming back to B late like they're doing right now, or going up connector fast, try to catch one off guard. But really, when there's players, well, actually the B player's by himself here, so they're gonna get out. This is the best you can look for, you know. It's like this entry kill on the B getting a plant down. This is really good situation. But again, this is just like standard. Oh, that was a shot by Elige. That right there by him, it was like his strat caller or his team saying, "Let's get aggressive on the kitchen," because they had made a call. They got a kill, let's get aggressive. They don't want to wait back, because waiting back a lot of the time on the retake doesn't really work in your favor as a terrorist on Mirage. It's still not going to work for them, even though they did get aggressive. Oh, let's be really close, actually. No, he's got it. He got it. But it was a really good round by them. Elige was in a situation where he was going to like try to play a little more passive there. But I swear that had to have been a call of like teammates saying, let's get aggressive together. And where they did trade off stuff, maybe they should have like played back a little farther back and played numbers, played the bomb. Because as you saw, the time itself was like really close, and they just could stall for time. It's another decision you have to make as a terrorist team on post plant: is are you stalling for time and trying to win, or are you trying to get aggressive and like, you know, kill them in the process? Just kind of depends on the map and the scenario, I think, a lot of the time. Oh, that was a cool shot right through the box, right where he was too. Interesting too here, because they got the plant down and they decided to just go with like, you know, another partial buy here with deagles and no arm. So they really want to make sure that they have full utility for the first gun, which is smart in my opinion. I think a lot of teams are doing this more often now. It's like taking one, you know, like semi buy and another semi buy, where it's like maybe just big deagles and armor, and or deagles no armor and no utility, or just tech armor and no utility. But it's also, again, standard round for Elige. He's just kind of like clear angles. The deagle's trying to get a 1 to give his team a gun. But NRG kind of knows this is happening, so they're not giving him any free picks. So their best play, which is what they're doing right now in my opinion, is like, you know, walking somewhere kind of close, taking like these really small angles, like he's been clearing out everything out, getting up close to where you can get like a kind of like a one-on-one fight against someone with their rifle. But as you can see on NRG on the radar on the top left, is that they're kind of like backing up in these more passive angles, like one jungle, one site kind of like looking probably towards A ramp, while one spots his halls. No opportunity for them to, like, you know, at the very least get a trade-off. Standard round, standard CT round, just clean up the Eagles, clean up the techs. Now you can see that the Team Liquid has lots of utility. Obviously JDM on his op also has the smoke. Everyone's full head armor. And all the utility I need. This is a really big round for them though. This goes into a snap save if they don't win this one. Well, then they're on full money bonus, but they can only just like buy AK's armor. So Elige decides to sit back, underpass here, and slowly work up late. I think that's pretty smart in a sense, because a lot of teams, no, I shouldn't say a lot, but it just depends on what the strat is. They'll come and peek underpass kind of quickly to get cleared out. So waiting back for them to peek you so that you can get the intel or you get a free shot on them is always pretty key. And then it's kind of like doing a slow work over towards connector by himself. He's probably gonna just wait for rotates here, or he's gonna like lurk in and try to like look for information later on in the round or right away. So they trust that with that smoke that no one's gonna be watching it. He gets intel. Pretty sick timing. That works a lot until that happens. Obviously, I like the play. The play is really good. He gets spots out by Fugly. It's really weird because he's looking for that for whatever reason, but his teammates never spotted it. So I think that's just like CS:GO timing for him. He actually had a really good play there. Ooh. He basically just wins that round for them, hands down. I mean, they got into B. They almost had the bomb down. If they'd traded on him there, they'd probably get the bomb and play like a competitive post plant. But you know, that's the power of an op sometimes. After you've used utility and try to get into sight and just get into a plant situation, so your oppor's gonna get some free looks, free shots, and there's 3 free looks for Pete. So we're just gonna do T-side here as well. Maybe I'll do CT side another video, but again, looks like he's dedicated to, like, he's the underpass worker, right? This is their default setup. But even on it's like they're pistoling, they're decking. So they're trying to make it look like it's going towards B. So this is the whole thing you want to do on your ecos, in my opinion, a lot of the time. Our strats in general is you want to make it look like it's the same type of concept than your previous strat, but it's something a little bit different, right? So, for example, what they did there, which I don't know if they're going to get it down or not. If they kill Daps here, then they do get it down. No, it's not going to get down. They make it look like they're doing the same thing, right? Like a couple underpass, they come back towards B, B comes out, and either they get a frag or die. And then they actually have 2 towards upper A, about ready to plant. It's a good concept. If the B guys get an entry kill, it works a lot of the time. But if you don't get the entry, no way does the A player not have support from an opper there, like you just saw jungle to kill him. So I like the idea. It just didn't work out for him. So this is like just an A execute. The standard, like, once your working picks doesn't work for you and whatnot, you kind of have to like fall back on like set stuff that everyone knows, because you're just not winning the 1v1 games, right? Even if it's bad timing, you kind of have to chalk it up to like we're not winning fights. So they just had to execute here, dodging flashes. He's gonna go Tetris really quickly, and then here's a really good thing that he's doing that, like, you have to get embedded into players, and this is what I like to see, is that instead of sitting Tetris and looking for your shots, you have to get into the site and get aggressive before the smokes fade, like you did right here, and you just hold CT. This angle's a little bit wide because the guy to the right is gonna get you, but that being said, that's what you need to do as a player. I don't care if you get fragged there at all. Like him playing aggressive CT is fine, or playing aggressive anything. There are too many teams, too many players who will sit Tetris and just wait for people to peek them. When in all reality, it should just be the other way around. So, and NRG Sports, man, they're on a roll here, 6 in a row. Guess the pause comes in eventually because they're on another decision if they want to force buy or save. This looks like a force buy to me. We got 5-5, 4-4, 4-6, 2 4-6s. I'd force here, 6-0. You kind of need rounds. You need some momentum somewhere, but they have to make the decision. They pause for it. Smart pause. It's another thing that a lot of teams don't do properly. I would say even our team doesn't do properly because an idiot at times, is not pausing when we need to. Because it's hard to fully get into the mode of knowing when to pause correctly, because you never really kind of want to do it in scrims, because it's not like you don't care that much. It's just that pausing's in the back of your head because you're just practicing stuff. So if you're losing rounds, it's whatever. But when you get to matches and you start losing rounds, like you just know when to pause. But it's hard to practice that game sense of like when you should if you're not doing it in scrims and stuff. So I probably should get in the habit of doing it. But it looks like I will do a CT side too, because I know Elige's actually, like, he goes off in this match from what I saw on the scoreboard. So they're kind of getting rolled right now, but they all are. So smart spam. He's like right there too. He's really close. Oh, he gets him too. So instead of like taking these passive type of peeks and like default works, they decided to go fully aggressive. Looks like Elige got aggressive there, and people mill started spamming too. And then they went silent. This is something that's really smart. That should be done by a lot of teams. It's like once you get the numbers, don't give your numbers away. Go silent. If they're gonna push, you'll know about it. Hopefully you get the kill, like at an off angle like this. But I bet you anything at the end of this round, they all group together. They're gonna group together, hit somewhere, do trade effects. And Elige is just kind of like aggressive underpass into spamming someone, killing them, and make sure B doesn't push on him. Maybe him and one other player go to like scout out B to see if there's anyone in there, get the trade and then fall back, or fake the noise like they're doing right now to fall back. But this should be ending in a pair up together, or a fake execute like this somewhere going the other direction. NRG's kind of like completely abandoned B, which is smart, because you're not really going to hold B with one player anyway. Let's go 5 versus 1. Oh, just, I don't know where that smoke landed. So it's a fake execute B. They're not going to budge though, so it's really smart by NRG. But the B player's going to get a call right here in a second that no one's in B. They shouldn't go into A. Oh, they're still going to dedicate though. B's just going to blink instead. Wow, this is way closer than it should be actually. They still win, but that's way closer because of NRG stacking that site. Standard play, but at the same time I really think that Liquid got ahead of themselves there, and if they had just let the B player go maybe a little bit faster before. I didn't look at the time. I think the time wasn't an issue, but like kind of called that stack, because he went into the site and slow cleared it, and no one's going to expect no one in the B site there a lot of the time. But if he can get that called, they can like literally keep all their guns, and like you can see right now Stan is on an ump, which could have been prevented, but it's going to happen, like a very small thing. So I like this play a lot, because I think jumping across towards stairs is like really strong, because most people are looking on the ground, especially when there's not smokes up. They just don't anticipate someone jumping across. It's a good molly to just keep on the jungle guy back. He knows the jungle guy's there, so him like pushing it back farther and like delaying the time is strong. Again, I really like how Elige plays when he knows there's gonna be a post plant situation. He gets aggressive into spots instantly and then holds, then pressures. Like right now, he's either gonna like flank on connector. I guess he's gonna sit jungle. He heard the shot, and it's really hard to anticipate players that are this close on you after like right into the post plant, right? Like for example, like Peter was looking there at jungle into site for a long time. A molly hits, sure, but another molly pops up. Oh, what are these? Oh, nice play by him. Just a good spam. He knows where it's planted. He knows what smoke's at. Kills the first guy. It's close though. And that's what kind of allows you to do that play too. Is like if he's playing more aggressive, in a sense, like in front of the smokes or mollies, he can make that play. If he's playing more passive, he doesn't. But you need kind of like a dynamic of both. So Elige looks to be like the player that's like more aggressive in post plants, just like so far. It's a good play though. 6-2, I mean, like they've got some momentum now, and then NRG's on the save, so they probably lose this round too. Again, here's the style of play where it's kind of like, I don't know what the call is, but it's kind of like get more aggressive, look for a pick, and then probably slow down. Bomb and other player middle looking for a pick as well. And this is where Elige's going to find out they're on a save, and he assumes they're on a stack there because he didn't see anybody kind of contest him at first. So that's the judgment play right there, right? Like what he just did is like, okay, I've got on a call that I prefer to pistol somewhere else. There's one on cat looking backwards at me. I don't think anything else is going to be in the site, so I'm going to jump down and take, like, if there's one close by, I'm going to take the fight. But he's assuming that like no one else is in that site, and it's a good read, and those are the reads that like defines a great player versus a good player, in my opinion. So, NRG, they're gonna pause right back. That's an interesting pause to me. They lost, this is an eco round. They lost 2 guns, sure, but next one maybe it's the deciding factor if they want to save one more or buy. But I don't think they need a pause here yet. Maybe they still want to get out of hand. I think they lose one more gun, then they're a little bit in trouble. But again, the playstyle of Elige is like pretty aggressive and pretty good in my opinion. It's like filled with like good decision making skills that are up close in like tight situations, which is probably, I would argue, to be one of the hardest spots to make good decisions in all the time. So it looks more like yeah, they have to decide where their money's gonna go on this, right? Like there's 3,000, 4,000, and then 5,000s. Looks like they're gonna decide to buy. Obviously, Liquid's pretty good on money right now. If they lose one though, then they're kind of in trouble. So they want to keep on grinding these rounds out so they don't have to fall into an economy issue. And again, if they had had that one round where they had the B player scouted out a little bit faster, they could have avoided losing 3 guns, which would result in their money being really good right now. But you're happy with the round win. Like there's no way their mindset right now is like, damn, we lost those 3 guns instead of the round in like a pro match like this. Of course, like someone's gonna make a note of it later, but it can't be perfect. Oh, I like this play. We do this sometimes too. Oh, they do. There's a little bit different. They do a top mid smoke. Oh, they're really lucky that the Opera was there in the corner. Oh, that was good frags by Elige. So again, it's aggressive playstyle, right? We do something kind of similar where it's like a 5-man peek mid, and we just like try to lay out the Opera out. But they do like a mixture of it where they do top mid smoke still. They jump through the top mid smoke and they run a connector fast. I think this is really like a compliment to Stan's calling, and kind of reason why he's like looked at one of the best callers in NAA is because of like the style he does of like he knows when to adjust it, and when even if they're losing rounds or winning rounds, when to just be aggressive and not aggressive. So for example, they have like 2 rounds of this like quick aggression into picks and then backing up into getting together and like going somewhere, right? So he's like, all right, well they read this, they paused it, they're gonna try to adjust something, right? So he throws an adjustment in as well. It's kind of like the fallback of a team calling a pause against you, is that they get a talk as well in that time, right? So what he says is, let's just get aggressive middle, get up close on them, they won't expect it, and it works perfectly for him. Elige, and I think it was Nitro there, just running through the smoke and getting into connector and getting the frags. I think the positioning by NRG there is kind of unfortunate. Like, Pete's just going for an aggressive op pick there, but he gets stuck in the corner, and when that person's in the corner and he's not seen as a rifle, it's 2 free easy kills, but with the op it's not. So cool strat by them, good read by Stan if anything. Again, really in-depth strats here as well. 3 outside A, 2 outside B. Elige and the other player like use their utility B to make it fake it out like they're doing mid control, but really no one's middle right now. With slow walk, so it's kind of like an A execute and they go silent. I bet over at A and they re-execute because the connector guy's gonna come through. Insane shot by him. Oh, it's had to go on a boost. That's really good. And he beats Fugly this time to watching that hole, so now he has positioning on it. Now, a lot of people shoot at Elige because they think it's like a CT. That's how, I guess that's a compliment to how aggressive he plays. But right there, his mindset is, I hear when running CT, like sprinting CT, I'm just going to get behind him and kill him. But he doesn't anticipate the second person walking. It kind of looked like it was planned by NRG to do that, so like good play by them if it was. We'll make it a free kill. Maybe Elige doesn't go there that fast and just like lets him go CT first for like, you know, a good 5 seconds or something before he wants to flank. But with how well they've been doing the last 4 rounds, he must have been feeling it and decided to go for it. But I know Elige knows that like better just to like play post plan, even if it's by another 2 or 3 seconds before you put yourself in a situation where you might be in a 1v1. So. Oh, shoot, JDM, shoot. Oh, whoops, just watching Elige. No, that's stick spam. That's something that I'm surprised JDM's not doing, unless they're just not trying to make noise. Like, there's no point in not spamming that smoke. If you're gonna get smoked out, at least take a one shot for free. I'm surprised, like a coach, somebody hasn't told him that. Unless, like I said, unless the real plan is to like not make noise there. It's a free kill sometimes, since the lineups are like so. What's the word I'm looking for? Always consistent, right? People are always gonna run that angle, so it's a free shot. Oh, it's little man's in a bad spot in my opinion. At least just lays him out. Good shot. So whatever was called right there, Elige makes the decision instead of like working under pass like he normally does to go up top B with him and get the trade on it. Something that a lot of players I don't think really do or take the time to do is like, you know, pause and communicate on what they want to do, even if it's like before an execute and stuff. So he gets the call, it's like, okay, I'll pause and go up there, let's get this frag together, and I'll go back to what I'm going to go do. And this looks like it's going to be a standard like A execute with, well, people aren't in connector. This is interesting. Like, they have no intel on the connector guys. Usually you do, but that smoke kind of prohibits them from doing it, but it results in 2 A players up close. Then again, this is a save by NRG, so it's closer than you want it to be, though. They even have an op. Oh, they got the bomb, though. If he wasn't able to get that bomb there, this might have been a round, because there's only 9 seconds. Oh, wait, bomb down, 8 seconds. Oh, what a round, so close. I don't even know what's... Breeze is nuts. Good shot. So he plays that pretty well. It's a pretty standard play there, to be honest. The real testament to that round is them getting back and getting that bomb plant down. Fugly gets the pick off on one, and then the other player has to snap go for a plant because time's going down. And luckily, Elige is there to make the play on it. So instead of, like, a lot of times players would be like, alright, there's 2 people going back to site. I don't need to be there with them. I'll watch out for this A main guy. But he knew that there was an op, he was deep, and that he wasn't going to make it back. So he decided to support his team and come with them, which is really smart, because he's able to get that frag on jungle after he gets the initial flare, and it's love for a clutch situation. And then the clutch kind of reads like a linear type of play, just like get an off angle, wait for him to come up, or like, you know, then start hiding and playing on the time, eventually make your peak. So I think the real good decision there was to like come back with the team when they're trying to get a plant down, instead of just like dispersing and trying to take a 1-1 fight, which he arguably probably would have won. Like an offer coming up close on Elige on that angle right there, he's not going to win it that often, but he makes a better decision just to play with team. It's a really slow round. We're down to 30 seconds. They haven't even like pulled out smokes yet. They only have 1 smoke actually. This is a contact play. It's got to be. They don't even. I don't even know if they flash there. Oh, excuse me. So I don't really agree with that flash. If you have both the B players die, I think contacting up. I mean, you're low on time anyway. What a shot. If they really get a play, no, they don't win this round. There's no way. Yeah, this round's done. And that's just a combination of the B players both getting killed without a trade, no time left. I also don't think that flash helped them any. I think that it gave them like a sound cue, and it was able for them to like, you know, look at time, look at where they're at on the map, and then just kind of play more passive than they needed to. And nothing to particularly say about his actual decisions there, though. cool flash. I haven't seen that flash before. I wonder if it works. Oh, so this is that aggressive contact play over towards connector. Wow, it works so well for them. So one went underpass too, though. I'm pretty sure one's underpass. He just killed. Did he just kill two? I'll find out where he's at. Oh, this is A ramp. Wow, Breezy got 3. Save this round if they win it. What a play. So it's a good decision by him to do that, though. Like, he knows connector players have come up fast. The only real play you have is to like get aggressive A or fight the connector guys. But if you've lost your player to help you fight connector, and there's 2 coming up, your better gambles to go A ramp and try to get a frag because they won't expect it, and that's exactly what he does. Elige kind of plays it like textbook, like off of the strat they're doing, and here's a really smart play by them. This is obviously, it's not his decision, but the decision to go back to B, get the bomb. They know one's A ramp, other one's towards like CT-ish. Let's just go up or B together, get out, play post. And then NRG split up because of this, so I don't even think the B player should be peeking right here, but again, that aggressive play style towards connector, just get entries and then just kind of like slow it down and play how you normally should is like really strong against NRG. To be honest, I'm surprised NRG continues that type of play style when they start losing those fights. Like, so they win the first like 5-6 rounds off of that play style, right? Of like, let's take the fights across the map. We usually win them. That's fine. Then Liquid comes around and says like, okay, change up. Let's get aggressive, like really aggressive, to where they don't anticipate the fight, and then we take those frags, and then we go silent. It seems like NRG lose a lot of their rounds actually. So the way to prevent that is NRG just starts playing way hyper passive, and then doesn't allow them to take that fight where they want to, and they're in different angles. For example, instead of them being in connector looking for the picks middle, they have like Pete on top of like why am I blanking on the call? Like CT box on top of the ticket booth, and like looking into connector. That way, when they run up on the connector, they're both dead, or at least there's a easy frag and he knows where they're at. Similar situations like that, and I don't know who like their coach or their caller is, but that's something that they should be aware of. And I didn't even like pay attention to what happened there because I was so absorbed into like, you know, NRG stuff for whatever reason. Again, it looks like Elige is basically the player that goes underpass to connector, or he's the connector player a lot of the time. Like, this is his route almost every single round, unless it's a dedicated strat. And he does a pretty good job at it. He gets that frag on the connector a lot of the time. And then he goes aggressive to CT. Whenever they're A, he seems to be aggressive. Like, this one's super aggressive because he knows like 1 player versus 5. They're all looking for a frag. They're all looking for intel, aka, look, give me this last frag. But they're still playing pretty structured. They're all within the A site. It looks like actually like a triangle on the radar. So they know where he's at when it starts running towards him. And a really good half by them. I'll probably continue this game into a CT side as well, because I think that was probably pretty good too. This 8-7 half. Thank you for watching. If you can take the time to subscribe or like it, that'd be great. And I'll be back with another video here shortly. Thanks.